Nothing is difficult for me when I make a film because I love so much to make. That's my reason to live, and I love all parts. I love dialogues, I love the sound, I love to play with everything, the costumes, the set design, everything. That's the reason I try to modify the reality, you know. I don't want to make some realistic movies. It could be boring for me.
Amalie is an happy story, and the story affects a lot the visual. And so Jean-Pierre wanted to have a bright look, you know, with a lot of saturated colors. Even if it's dark, it has to be shiny in a certain way, you know, and with all those colors. So when we start the prep, Jean-Pierre showed me a lot of painting, and we watched film together. And the main one was a Brazilian painter whose name is Machado, because this painter is using a lot of red and green, but there is always in one space of the painting another color, because if you have a patina which is like red-green, so just to equilibrate the painting you have to bring another color which is different. And usually there is blue in his painting, just a point of blue and or a point of yellow, you know, very bright, or even white, you know. And so the painting looks very equilibrated. And we use this a lot. It's, for example, when she is in her apartment, there is one blue light, a lamp, which is made of blue glass, which is totally fake in terms of light for us. You know, it was just a blue point, you know. And when she's cutting the letter as well, you know, very fast like that, there is a lamp with the blue shades, and the rest of the image is yellow, green, and red. And we said it doesn't look good without the blue. And so every time we could bring some blue, it was not on every shot, of course, because otherwise it looks like systematic, you know. But it was we were very concerned to have all kind of color in the movie.
I hate the kind of director when they made a film with 3 hours and they have to cut 1 hour after. It's so stupid because it's so expensive in terms of money, in terms of energy. That's the reason I do 18 drafts for the script and I do a storyboard. The principal reason is to think before. To find a good transition, sometimes I spend 2 or 3 days. When you arrive in the set, it's too late to think. You have to run, and that's it.
To work with Jean-Pierre is different from the other director because of the prep you have. Jean-Pierre likes to control everything, yeah, from the beginning to the end. He go home and work on his storyboard, and he's the one who really precise every shot, you know, and define how he wants the camera to move. And when we start shooting, we prep so much the film that we knew everything we have to do from the very first day of shooting till the very last day. It goes from thinking of what camera we use, what lens we're going to use, what speed we're going to choose for this specific shot. You know, sometimes we knew in advance, 10 weeks in advance, that we were going to use a special lens, shooting at 6 frames per second with no low mode position of the camera and everything. So this is unique, you know.
It was a kind of concept to put one idea per shot. I know sometimes it's tiring during 2 hours, but I prefer that because there are so many films without ideas, and I tried.
Jean-Pierre is not this kind of director who wants to show his ability to do things, you know. It is only a way of writing, cinematographically writing, you see. He likes camera movement, but he knows if there is too many camera movement, it's going to be boring, you know. And so it's a question of rhythm. And there is one sequence when she's writing the menu on the window, and there is no movement in this sequence, no movement at all, because he said the main thing is to show that there is something happening between them, and it's if I move the camera like that, it will disturb everything.
I did a lot of scout location. We have 80 sets, and I remember for one shot, we see a subway station outside in Paris very quickly, and I saw all stations 2 times. I spent maybe 1 week to decide the best one, you know.
To shoot on location was good to show Paris, you know, and to be able to show streets, because the streets in Montmartre are very specific, you know. Montmartre is a hill, and for example, the corner with the grocery store is very particular, you know, and so it brings reality to film, in fact, especially when Amalie is talking to the blind man, you know, very fast like that. You couldn't have achieved this on set. It's impossible, and it brings a real look of what Paris is, especially in this area. This is the first film that Jean-Pierre shot on location, and he really hated it because he cannot control nothing. In fact, from the weather to the traffic to people crossing the frame, you know, and we were really unlucky. You know, we shot in May, and there was 20 days of rain. You know. It was just awful. Every morning it was just like coming on the set, and it was raining. And said, "Oh, what are we gonna do?" You know. And so so we have to use some tricks. For example, there was one shot where Amalie is stepping out of her building, you know, and there is fog, and there is no fog in Paris. You know, it's almost never, and so it was a trick because the background was terrible and it was raining so much, and so he really hated shooting outside, you know, and it's terrible. I don't want to shoot anymore on location, and I'm quite sure he won't.
In the video monitor, there was quite amazing because the picture, it was good looking from the very beginning, and it was amazingly beautiful even from the raw material was beautiful, and you could feel that you were doing something really special.
There is 2 shots I'm really proud of in terms of camera movement. The first one is when she's throwing stone, you know, in the canal, and this one I was really happy about it because it's not an easy shot in terms of camera operating. And there is a second one in terms of camera operating as well when she discovers the photo book, the album, for the first time, and this was a very difficult shot to do. It's because when you are operating a movement like that, there is one moment you have to reverse the wheels, you know, go, and there is a 0 point like that, where if you don't reverse at the right time, the camera just slide. And so the third take was perfect. We were just fortunate, very lucky, you know. It happens very fast. But the start was really difficult. The first take were awful. I think, in fact, the most difficult shot of the movie was the one when she came into the painter's apartment. You know, it was because we were shooting in a corridor like that, and I have to pan 180 degrees. I was in a not very comfortable position. She enters into the frame, and then she comes in front of us in a profile shot, and she's in silhouette, you know, black like that. And she goes in the kitchen, and then she reappears with the light on her and everything. And I really love the light in this one. And all the mood was just great for me. I mean, I was really proud of that.